Welcome.
Welcome back.
And thank you for joining us.
I am Sue.
I'm Michael. Did you forget your name there?
I just snorted.
Okay.
And we are a close-knit family.
We are indeed. Coming to you from Armstrong.
You skipped the date.
I skipped that. It is Sunday, February. Should we just start again?
Okay, and cut.
Hi! We're back. Welcome.
And we have the beginning of a blooper reel.
We have the beginning of a blooper reel.
Sorry, I'm Sue.
I'm Michael.
And we are a close-knit family.
And it is Sunday, February 10th, 2019. This is episode 43.
Oh my goodness.
43. We are a knitcast from Armstrong in the North Okanagan region of British Columbia, Canada.
We're following Mike's adventures as a newer knitter and our ongoing yarn and knitting addiction. Yay! We could probably skip the skies above Armstrong because it's still cold. I think it's about -4. It's okay. Here's us skipping it, right? Talking all about it.
It rained. Or snowed, rather. Snowed. Gosh, if it rained like this.
Oh, well, in some places it did. My girlfriend in back east, in Nova Scotia, I think she lives in. She posted a picture of if you're wondering if the roads are icy and slippery today. Here's the salt truck, and the salt truck was sideways and upside down in the ditch. Right? So it's yeah, okay. It's it's icy, and that I guess Dad was saying they had freezing rain or something back there. So yeah, so that was us not doing.
That was us not doing this, guys. Armstrong.
Alongs.
Our temperature scarf is
still
ongoing. Still a longing. It'll be a longing all year.
All year we'll be talking about the temperature scarf along. At least
until Environment Canada gets their stuff together.
Well, unless you mean.
Yeah, unless.
Because, yeah. So, yeah, I have one day, I even went to the Weather Network. So, we can't get our temperatures. I can't get my highs and lows anymore. I went to the Weather Network, and I've still got one day that I have no data for. So, it might just get skipped in the big picture.
It's one day.
It's one day.
One more dawn.
One day more. Okay, that's a little Les Miserables for you. You're welcome. Call my agent. Okay. So yes, the temperature scarf along.
Yes.
Threads in Ravelry. If you're in there, show us your pictures.
Yep, I'm not in there yet.
I have not knit anymore on mine because the whole fact that Environment Canada isn't telling me what the temperature is, I've kind of lost my mojo for that.
Yeah.
Although now that I'm almost 2 weeks behind, I'm thinking I really better pick it up and get on with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're a little bit loopy because we're doing this a bit earlier than we normally would, so we're still.
It's not really that early.
Well, no.
At least we're out of bed this time.
It's earlier than we normally would. We're
dressed. We're out of bed.
We're out of bed. We had breakfast. We had our coffee.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I learned something this week that.
Did you?
I don't know if it's going to get fixed anytime soon, but I had to rush out of the two things happened. So one, I had to rush out of the house very quickly for an appointment.
Okay.
And the other thing was we went out to a cabaret singing night.
Oh, you did go to that.
Yes, we did. And it was great.
That's good.
But I couldn't take any knitting with me. I know what? So I went and I was like, okay, I looked at my temperature scarf and it was like, I can't take that because there's too many things I have to think about to make sure that I take with me. So I can't take that. And then I looked at my nightfall.
Yeah.
And again, wasn't 100, like I'm at sort of I was at a transition point.
Okay, and
so it was like, okay, I'm not sure. And I had to I was late already, so I had to go. And this all took like 3 seconds for me to go boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
And then I had actually started my gauge swatch for another project, but it was like, well, I can't take that because I'll be done in 3 rows. So what's the point?
Yeah.
And I don't have any socks cast on. See? So actually my husband and I were talking and he says, you need a knitting go bag. So just like a maternity go bag, right? Like I'm getting out of the house, I need to just grab it and go. And I said, well, yeah, that's socks. But I don't have any cast on right now. So excuse me for a second, I'm going to close the door.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
So
I think all of my projects right now, other than my temperature scarf, I could take with me somewhere. By the way, I started a new project. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, I don't think I have that problem.
I usually can, right?
Yeah.
Like, and where I'm at right now.
Oh, and here comes Tasha to do your work. Hi,
with
Tasha.
Both Nightfall and the new cast on, I could grab and go right now with those.
Yeah.
But it's just where everything was at that moment. So anyway, so there's a important tip. If you're a knitter on the go, make sure you always have socks cast on and have a go bag by the door.
Oh no! Yeah.
Or that way, if you have to call someone and say, "Come and get me" or "Come and meet me," you can say, "Grab my go bag."
Yeah.
Oh my
Grab my go bag. It's right by the door. It's a bag that says "go bag" on it.
Oh man, yeah.
I would pay for a knitting project bag that just had "go bag" printed on it.
Oh, well, there you go. If you know anyone out there, go bag.
Go bag.
But I've also missed all my knitting sort of nights and stuff, knitting nights and days this week.
I'm still busy as ever, so I haven't been going.
Well, no, I guess I got to 1 out of 4.
Oh. Whoops.
So, yeah, on Monday, I wasn't feeling great.
Okay.
On Thursday, I wasn't feeling great.
Okay.
But that was a different not feeling great.
Yes.
And then yesterday, I just didn't feel like it.
Yeah. Okay.
I honestly don't. Well, I didn't feel like it. So, yeah, I'm kind of missing my knitting peeps a little bit. Little bit. But I'm a little embarrassed too because one of the groups is doing everybody there is knitting Sylvia Olsen's skirt in the round. Have I talked about this already?
No, you haven't.
Okay. And I knit it already. So
okay. Oh, is that the
Salish.
Yes, okay.
It's the Salish one.
Yeah.
And it's a great skirt. It is an awesome skirt. I have yet to see anyone who this skirt wasn't flattering on.
That's good.
So, Skirt in the Round by Sylvia Olsen. But anyway, so I've knit it before. My only issue, I guess, with the pattern is that it kind of, like, it ends at about waist size 36. Which...
Okay.
That's their large size.
Oh.
And that's not large.
Yeah.
So just about everybody who's doing this knit is having to adjust the stitch count because it's a tube with some shaping. It's great. It's really very beautiful, and it's got some color work. So they're having to adjust it. Now it's knit from the bottom up. Well, it's not like you can knit, like measure around your legs and say, well, this is how many stitches I need to cast on.
No.
Right? Because it's your waist measurement is really the waist and hips that matters on a skirt. So you're kind of working backwards because you're going from, well, here's where it ends. This is how many stitches I want to have when I finish.
Yeah.
But then there's all this shaping that happens, and then I cast on down here at the hem.
Yeah.
So I knit it before.
And
so I'm going to tell everybody how to figure out how many stitches to cast on.
Yeah.
I totally screwed up.
Oh no.
I totally screwed up. I was like, yeah, well, take the number of stitches you need based on your gauge swatch and your waist measurement. Take that number, and after you figure out pattern repeats and stuff, and then add these side decreases, add them back in. So away they go. A couple of people had already like cast it on, forgot to change needle size or whatever, done something and ripped it back and started again. So I was sitting there. I was peeing, all right? So I was sitting and I had my skirt on and I had it pulled down. It was just easier. And I'm looking at my waist and I'm looking at all the little decreases right around the waist. Every 4 stitches were decreased. There were like over 30 decreases at the waist that hadn't been taken into consideration.
Oh no!
For the cast on.
Oh no!
And I was like, so I went in, I didn't stay for that knit night. That was Saturday. I thought I had something coming on in my throat, didn't want to spread it around, but I went in and I said, you guys, like, I totally blew it. If you're close enough to the bottom, you may want to rip back and start again. And if you don't want to do that, then just don't knit this row of knit 2 togethers at the top and make sure you have a good stretchy elastic.
Okay.
But, oh my Lord,
no.
they're, oh yeah, I've done this.
Yeah. Well, you did do it, in all fairness, but you just forgot part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dad was telling me this morning, he suddenly pipes up and he says, I was looking for, what did he call them? Knitting. Gosh, I can't remember the word he used. But anyway, he says, I was looking for knitting places around Nelson. Nelson's a town in BC. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and he said, why?
Yeah.
Like, why? Because it's a, 4 or 5 hour drive from here?
It's pretty far away, yeah.
I'm not just going to drop in there for nothing better to do. But he says, well, yeah, I'm planning our camping trips for this year. So he's planning our camping trips and he's checking out potential knitting stuff. And I'm like,
he's so well trained.
What a good man. Anyway, so he said, well, yeah, I found a dyer over there. And I said, yeah, Riverstone Yarns. And he says, oh, you knew about it.
Oh.
I did, but that doesn't mean it's not a good thing. It's
yeah.
Just, but I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So what happened with Robin's socks?
Oh yeah, so on the day we recorded our last episode, Robin came over that night before we uploaded it, and we were sort of talking about our plans tomorrow. The next day she needs to get her nails done, and yeah, maybe we should stop by Twisted Yarn and pick out some sock yarn for your socks. Hang on, I just had an idea, and I walked back into our back room here and grab the socks, which I've put, the Hand Knit with Love label on, and,
Oh, do we have a copy of?
I do have a copy of that. It's in my my thing. Maybe I'll go grab that after I told. Just stop for a second so I could actually grab the label. So you get 2 on a printing. So this is what it looks like. Hand Knit with Love, and it has some care instructions there. So you just cut out this band and wrap it around your yarn, and you can see at the bottom there is where you can find this one. It's free if you print it out yourself. Anyway, I handed that over to her and I said, "Well, what do you think about this yarn?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, I like this yarn." Wait, these are socks. I was like, "Yeah, I know. There you go. I made you socks."
See, but if you picture your socks or whatever, right, with that little band around it, it just makes them kind of special. I think that's a neat thing. So
and she's already in love with the socks that I made.
Yay!
She told all her friends that I made her socks. I know she's worn them at. She wore them the next day. She's worn them once since then, at least.
Good.
Yeah.
She's not afraid to wash them, is she?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, good. Oh, right, because we told her about that.
We told her about the
instructions.
Wash them,
just lay them out flat to dry. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, she loved them.
What else has she been doing with her knitting exploits?
She's still working on the sampler scarf design. I taught her how to purl the other day.
Good.
Yeah, so she's just working through the what was it? Stockinette with garter stitch border section.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other day Rob and I were hanging out in town, and I was like, "Hey, let's go to Twist of Yarn, just so I can show you, you know."
Oh, good.
Show you Twist of Yarn. She was utterly overwhelmed. she kept blue is her favorite color.
Okay.
She kept finding blue yarns and like, I like this. I like that. I like that. And I told her a little bit, yarns have different weights and these yarns are appropriate for this and this is appropriate for that.
Oh, you're such a fountain of knowledge.
Yeah, introduced her to Camilla.
So we know how a number of people who are either Camilla.
Yeah, and
so you have to always stop before you say their name.
Yeah, and
Camilla. Yeah.
And just if you're ever thinking about gift ideas, these ladies know what's up. So
cool.
Yeah.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yarn acquisitions.
This has been Yarn Acquisitions.
Yay!
Finished objects. This has been Finished Objects.
Yay!
Yay! Whips!
Works in progress. I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'll go. Okay, so my Nightfall cardigan. I could have been ready for this.
You could have been ready for this, yeah.
All this time. My Nightfall cardigan. Oh my gosh, I actually put this in a timeout this week.
Uh-oh.
Because, okay, I think everyone has that sort of part of knitting a project that drives them squirrely.
Okay.
And I hear a lot of people talking about being on Sleeve Island or Body Island. For me, it's the bottom of the yoke that just drives me nuts.
Okay.
And this one was worse than most.
Oh no.
And I don't mean that like it's not a fault of the pattern at all. This is just totally my,
Yeah.
my irritation level.
Yeah.
And it's why it was worse than others, and I'm trying to get this so I can show you just how fabulous the pattern is in this
It's a really nice
respect.
pattern.
But do you see, so that's like evened up at the bottoms there, and do you see how nicely, like this is such a nice shape for a neck, and it's the short rows that were driving me crazy. Because not only at that point in the yoke, you've got the sleeves are still on, you're at the widest part of the knitting.
Yeah.
There's short rows.
Yeah.
There's short rows that are going from short and then longer and longer and longer and longer. And you're increasing for the raglan as well.
Could they be called long rows?
So you're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're adding 8 stitches. And you're, I don't usually mind purling, but I can honestly say if I'd just been able to just knit without thinking,
yeah,
it would not have been as irritating. But because it was short rows,
yeah,
I wanted to kill someone.
Oh no.
And then you know that moment when you get to that last row and you're like, okay, this is it. And Vicky, I'm really feeling for you right now. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. So, you get to that point where you're at that last row and then you stop and you go, okay, now I'm just going to double check. I'm going to count.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize that, no, you weren't at your last row.
Oh, no.
It's like, no, I have to do another one. Anyway, because of that, I think I was getting like tensed up, and I started getting hand pain. And I was also in like, I just need to get this done. And so by the time I finished all that short rows, and then the next thing was to split for body and sleeves and put things on holders. So I did that, or did I? I'm not even sure I did that. I think I knew that that's where I was at. And then I said, okay, you need to go on a timeout.
Yeah.
Because I needed to come back to it when I was in a better frame of mind. Anyway, so not a ton of progress made, but I'm back into knitting that I enjoy doing.
Yay!
So, as you can see...
Oh, that's nice. You got the blue coming in.
So now I'm starting the next color fading in. And I've started the flea stitches.
Flea stitches. Okay, the little white specks
All the little white specks.
Oh.
Of the flea stitches. So this is the Nightfall cardigan by Ellie from Skein Deer. And I am so enjoying this knit. I really, really, well, except for that part that, you know, everyone's got their thing.
Yeah.
That drives them nuts.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I am really enjoying it. But you can see she's really done a great job with the shaping. Because if you look at the front here, well, you can see it even just coming out here.
Yeah.
Right? How those short rows, yeah, how you get all that extra room.
Yeah.
That helps push that neck up the way it should be. And there is short rows at the top here too, and I shouldn't give away too much of that. But love this pattern. And I love that I can do all my color switching in the steek area here, because this little part right down the middle here is where the steek is. So I can bring in my new colors and things in the steek.
Yeah.
So I'm not having to make those transitions.
Yeah, because you're just going to cut up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, that's my, the Nightfall by Ellie, a Skein Deer, and I am really, 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 besides that irritation, enjoying this knit. It's going to keep me going. It's like even, so Body Island, which I've never had a problem with. No, actually, I do get on Body Island. I don't get on Sleeve Island. Body Island, I do get on. But because of the flea stitch.
Yeah. It's
yeah. It's gonna go along quite nicely.
That's good. That's good. That's
what about you?
Good. Well, you know, I had this moment earlier this week. So as I said, I cast on a new project, and you know, I was thinking to myself, gosh, I have so many projects I want to work on right now.
Yeah.
I have gloves for myself. I have that cowl that I started the swatch for, and I still haven't finished. I'm going to cast on another pair of socks.
Woohoo!
So, using the...
Oh, look at you!
Yeah, using the... what's her name? Mud Punch! Mud Punch yarn that I picked up at Knit City also long ago. I have cast on some socks in the Goth Rainbow colorway. These Progress Keepers are where I started knitting yesterday, and then over the course of killing time at my job and between my jobs, I managed to get this much progress done. So, yeah. So,
yeah, I think it's like she's dyed the colors, and I think they maybe over dyed with black.
Yeah, the
because
goth.
they have a black halo.
The Goth Rainbow. And I also chose I picked out a black Drops Fable for the contrast color on them for the toes here. Remind me to never knit with a black yarn again. I mean, I'm gonna have to.
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
Oh, well, you're gonna
for the heel and, but yeah. Remind me to.
I love these colors.
Remind me to never do that again. They are very nice colors. I love it so much. And yeah, you've talked about, you know, with the Mud Punch striping yarns. You know, you see the next color coming up, and you're like, ooh, here it comes, and it just makes you want to keep knitting.
It really goes on. Mike, look at the progress. You started these on. Okay, today's Sunday.
Friday. Thursday.
Anyway, that's amazing progress. I'm
Thank you.
so very proud of you.
Yeah, I knit these over every other project I could be doing right now.
And so these are your 20-sided dice.
Yeah, 20-sided dice progress keepers from... Shoot. Do I have the...
There it is.
Oh, I still have my other... 20-sided dice markers from Sleepy Sheep Workshop.
Yeah. Those are super cute. Well, progress keepers,
Yeah,
right?
those are my progress keepers. I have a full set of dice as stitch markers too, also from Sleepy Sheep. And yeah, I'm really liking these.
Cool. And so last week I showed you my yarn that I got to knit Hearten by Kim Hargreaves.
Yes, you did. And you said you weren't going to start it.
And I said I was not going to start it.
How well did that go, Mom?
I finished Nightfall. So Hearten by Kim Hargreaves.
I'm sorry.
This is in her book Calm.
Yep.
Which, if you've been following along, you've seen before.
And how well did not getting started on it go?
Well, when I had to put Nightfall
on timeout,
what was I going to do but pick up and gauge swatch with the Debbie Bliss yarn that I had. And so, again, if you've been following along, you'll remember that the yarn that I got is 2 different colors.
Yes.
Technically 2 different colors.
Mm-hmm. And under correct lighting conditions, you can tell that they are 2 different colorways.
Not dye lots.
Colorways.
Colors. 2 completely different. One is called Leaf and one doesn't have a name.
Oh.
So I alternated skeins.
And you can't even tell.
And you can't tell. You cannot tell that they're 2 different colors.
Yeah.
At all.
How did you find out they were 2 different colors?
So, well, because... Okay, so I was at the store with Brienne.
Okay.
We were at she used to work at Twist of Yarn and now she doesn't work in a yarn store. So we were at a different yarn store.
Twisted Pearl.
And I said out loud, as I said, well, I'm looking for, I think I said like 12 or 13 balls of yarn.
Yeah.
And the girl who works there said, oh, well, you won't find that because we only ever get 10 of any color. So I started pulling the yarn down and I'm counting and I'm like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
And the girl who works there is just like, that's not even possible.
Yeah.
And Brienne's kind of like, that's interesting, because having worked in a yarn shop, she gets how that works.
Yeah.
And then she said, are they the same? I don't even think, no, she didn't say dye lot. She said, are they the same color?
Yeah.
And I looked, and sure enough, 2 different colors. So there were 2 different bags, and whatever. So that's how I figured that out.
Okay.
And so, yes, having gauge swatched, I have now cast it on.
Nice.
And so this is the bottom band at the front or the back, pardon me, of the sweater. And this has sort of little to do with the pattern itself, but I just really like the way that edge is so smooth. And I don't know if that's the yarn, my amazing knitting, or what, but I just really, really like the look of that.
Just a slingshot cast on? Or?
Yeah, just a regular slingshot cast on, long tail cast on. But again, the stitch definition looks pretty good, so I have really high hopes for this. And soft.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been blocked.
Yes, this is very soft. What's in this yarn?
So it's 100%. It is, unfortunately, it's superwash.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're not keen on superwash these days.
Not keen on superwash, but it's 40% off. So this is the Debbie Bliss Rialto DK Heathers,
Mm-hmm.
extra fine merino superwash, 100%. So there's the what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying knitting with this. Like it's like soft to hold on to.
It's very nice.
It's very soft, but it really does hold its stitch definition.
It sure does.
I just think that's beautiful. Except for this one row here. Okay, so remember I said that I had to put that other one, Nightfall. In timeout. So I put it in timeout, and my hands were getting sore. And then I decided to gauge swatch. So I cast this on, and I was literally, I had my hand braces on this hand. I'm sitting like this. My hand is in constant throbbing pain. And I'm like, okay, I can't knit. And I'd sit for like half an hour, and then I'd pick this up. And I'd start trying to knit again.
Yeah.
And then I'd put it down, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm in pain. So I got to this one row. I was like, well, if I just sort of barely hold the needle with this hand and do everything else with this hand, I should be okay. And that's what that funky row right in the middle there is. Yeah. Because
I don't even think you can tell.
Well, anyway, there you can see it there.
You can see. So yeah, sort of right along there.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, it's like I can still knit. And then I was like, hold on, dingbat. This is a gauge swatch.
Yeah.
You need to be knitting the way you're actually going to knit.
Yeah.
So, that I put it down again.
Absolutely.
I was a good girl. But my hands was feeling much better the next day, but it is, I should probably be taking a bit of a break. But anyway,
yeah.
So Nightfall. What do you have? Oh yeah, you do. There it is.
I have my Catherine Ann.
Oh right.
Which I haven't worked on very much, but there's Catherine Ann.
Oh, a couple more rows.
A couple more rows of the lace after the short rows. And yeah, you talk about being on different islands. I'm on a little bit of an island with this project. The rows are so long.
The rows are long.
And I don't know what it is about me knitting, but doing the knit two together yarn overs makes it even longer.
I totally get that.
And yeah, I'm on a little bit of a,
I totally get that. And yeah, they are long, because I know the second time I knit it, I got to this part and I was like, really?
Yeah. Yeah, really? I mean, yeah.
Did I really? Can I do something else here, please?
Yeah. But it's okay, because I think I'm now at the end of that. I think I just have, where am I? I think I just have like one or two more rows that are just going to be straight knit.
You have a couple of knit rows and then a couple more of those.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
But speaking of that, Vicky.
Oh, Vicky.
My heart is breaking.
We're sorry.
So my friend Vicky, she has talked a lot here.
Yeah.
But we should bring her. Sorry, I'm putting my leg up on Mike's lap here.
Yeah.
We should really have her come and visit us one
Yeah, we
day.
talk about her enough.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
So Vicky's test knitting Catherine Ann for me, and she posted a picture this morning, and she said, when you realize you made a mistake on your test knit and you have to rip out like half, you're almost finished. Honestly, with the questions she was asking me about yesterday, I thought she was going to be finished last night.
Yeah.
And then you're almost finished and you realize you made a mistake. And a biggie. Like halfway up, and you have to rip back that far. Yeah. I think there's that one little line that says, count your stitches.
Which makes people go, I don't need to count my stitches.
I don't know that, I wouldn't say that that would be the case.
Okay.
But maybe it got glanced over or...
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, so she had 38 stitches too many on one side.
Wow.
Compared to the other. So
Whoops. Whoops.
That was... Yeah.
Yeah.
Nikki, I am so sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Vicky.
But she said it wasn't, she said it was all on her, and I'm not trying to pass blame, but it wasn't the pattern, and that it would, so, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That you're doing that. Anyway.
Yeah.
And let's see, I finished all of mine, and my sister finally watched the episode where we announced what we named it.
Aw.
And she said she cried.
Aw.
Yeah, so yes, for those of you who are new or missed it before, Catherine Ann is named after my sister.
Yes. The shawl that you designed, Catherine Ann, is named after your sister.
Yeah.
So now do you need to make one called Cameron... I don't even know his middle name.
Bruce.
Cameron Bruce?
That would be like a beer mug holder. I'll make a coaster.
Yeah.
Name it the Cameron Bruce.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Or a hat.
Yeah.
Make him a skull cap for... I don't know. Anyway, that's good. So, Mike!
Hi.
What do you bring to the table?
I bring to the table a game that I played a couple times and I like it.
Oh, well, that's handy.
Yeah.
He's played it and he likes it.
Yeah, and I've got some other people to play it and they quite enjoyed it. The game is Legendary, a Marvel deck building game. So it's a deck building game, like as it says, like Dominion or Star Realms, which are both featured on What Mike Brings previously. The basic idea is it's a cooperative deck building game. So you and up to 4 other people, sorry, are building decks using the heroes of the Marvel Universe. And, just on the cover we have Wolverine, Hulk, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, and you're fighting masterminds and villains of the Marvel Universe. Just featured on the front is Loki. I can't remember this guy's name. Red Skull. So yeah, your villains will be pouring into the city from a deck of cards that the villains use, and certain events will be happening, and you'll gather heroes to put into your deck to make your deck better, to fight these villains, and ultimately defeat the mastermind. It is a semi-cooperative game. There is one winner, but everybody's working together. It's fairly quick and easy to pick up. I'm
doing my best prices right here.
Thank you. And now I just need to... It is appropriate for ages 14 plus. For between 1 and 5 players. You can play this single player, which was handy for me. And it takes between 30 and 60 minutes to play, so it's a fairly quick game. And in my experiences, that is about right. My one gripe with this game, the in-box card organizer is awful. It's clearly meant to house. This game has all sorts of expansions, and it's clearly meant to all be housed in this one box. So the problem is, when you only have the one game in here, you don't have enough stuff in the box for the organizers to be effective at their jobs.
Oh, so they're allowing for the expansion.
Yeah.
But they're not allowing for not
the expansion.
Expanding.
Yeah.
So I guess that's really fat pants.
Yeah, that's a nitpick. But some people do care about that things, and there are solutions on the internet you can find. I've just chosen to stick with this for now. Legendary, a Marvel deck building game. Pick it up. Nice.
That sounds neat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Price is Right. I'm available. Okay. Kidding.
Oh gosh, I found in Vernon there's a new hobby game store that opened, and I had a little look in there. Oh, and that place is dangerous.
No, so stay away.
So I'm staying away.
You seriously, you need to.
I need, yeah.
You need to.
But yeah, one thing they do have is they do apparently have a regular game night, so I may pop by there sometime.
Well, yeah,
for
that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Events from around the world. Okay. On Saturday, February 16th, 2019, it's Cotton Appreciation Day.
Ooh!
At the Auckland Horticultural Council Rooms in Auckland. Auckland. It says that. Auckland.
In Auckland. It's kind of like Berlin.
I know. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that.
Where
but
is
anyway,
Auckland?
Cotton Appreciation. Auckland is in New Zealand.
Auckland, yeah. Okay.
It just rolled off my tongue that way, so I think so.
Cotton Appreciation Day.
Cotton Appreciation Day. Because
appreciate cotton.
you should appreciate. So if you can't be there on Saturday, February 16th, just take some time and appreciate cotton. Yeah. Okay. And on the same day.
On the same day.
Saturday, February 16th. If you can't go or be in New Zealand, you might want to be at the social knitting at the Kutomo Craft Studio in Helsinki in southern Finland. Yes. So, social knitting. I like that.
We like social knitting.
Yes, in Finland. So, Auckland, Finland, Helsinki.
That's half the world covered.
You can beat it. Either one is going to be closer to you than the other. Whatever. Yep. Okay. On Saturday, February 23rd, 2019, is the Indie Dyer Extravaganza.
Ooh.
At the Yarn Club in Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach,
USA. Virginia.
So that Indie Dyer Extravaganza.
Ooh. Wonder if we know anyone who's going to be there.
Probably not.
But
anyway, so be there, support your indie dyers, and it's going to be extravaganza. Yeah. So that's events from around the world.
Yeah, no giveaway winners to announce. So please be sure.
Just take a second. Say thanks for joining us again.
Yes.
Thanks. I hope that you find something that we do here.
Yep.
Worthwhile.
Yep. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Close Knit Family Knitcast. Join us on Ravelry. All the information will be on the end card, and in the description. Yeah, and otherwise...
We might have bloopers at the end.
I was going to put it at the beginning.
Okay, we'll discuss that.
Yeah.
You either have seen it or you're going to.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Keep your knitting close and your family closer. Bye.